If your compost worms keep climbing the sides of your vertical worm tower, gathering beneath the lid, or trying to escape overnight, don't blame the worms. They're reacting to something you created. Most gardeners assume they're hungry or need more bedding, but the real problem is often hidden much deeper. A lack of oxygen can shut down your entire composting system long before you notice slower decomposition or weaker garden results. One habit that has made a huge difference in my own composting systems is measuring moisture instead of watering by instinct. I use the soil moisture meter for plants, 12-zone wireless plant water meter, soil thermometer, and light sensor, 4-in-1 TDR tester because overly wet bedding is one of the fastest ways to drive oxygen out of a worm bin. It helps me catch problems before the worms do. I'll leave the exact one I use in the description if you want to check it out. If you're serious about building healthier soil, subscribe to FarmLogic because understanding these small biological details leads to much bigger harvests. The biggest mistake happens when the bedding becomes too comfortable. Most people hear that worms love moisture, so they keep adding water until the bedding feels soaked. That's where trouble begins. Worms don't thrive in saturated compost. They thrive in moist compost with plenty of tiny air pockets. When excess water fills those spaces, oxygen can no longer move freely through the bedding. Since worms breathe through their skin, reduced oxygen quickly becomes stressful. The result is predictable. Instead of staying distributed throughout the tower, the worms migrate upward where fresh air is easier to find. Airflow is just as important as food. Gardeners spend hours thinking about kitchen scraps, shredded cardboard, and feeding schedules, but very few think about airflow. I've compared identical vertical compost towers using exactly the same food. The only difference was bedding structure. One tower contained mostly food scraps with very little coarse bedding. Within 2 weeks the lower compartments became dense and compacted. The second tower contained roughly 2 parts fluffy bedding, made from shredded leaves and cardboard, for every 1 part food scraps. The worms stayed active throughout the entire tower because oxygen continued moving through the bedding. That simple adjustment produced more castings with less odor. The oxygen trick is surprisingly simple. The goal isn't adding more ventilation holes. It's preserving the tiny spaces between compost particles. Every time I feed the worms, I lightly mix fresh bedding into the upper layer instead of dumping food into one dense pile. I also avoid compressing the material with my hands. Loose bedding creates thousands of microscopic air channels that remain open as decomposition begins. Combined with proper drainage, those channels keep oxygen available where worms spend most of their time. Moisture should feel right before it looks right. Many gardeners judge moisture by appearance alone. That's misleading. Healthy worm bedding should feel like a wrung-out sponge. Damp enough to hold together when squeezed, but not wet enough to release streams of water. Whenever moisture creeps too high, oxygen disappears surprisingly fast. That's why checking conditions regularly matters much more than following a watering schedule. Every compost system changes differently depending on weather, feeding frequency, and the materials inside. Your worms will tell you when you've fixed the problem. One of the easiest signs of improvement is distribution. Instead of clustering beneath the lid, healthy worms spread naturally through multiple levels of the tower. You'll also notice richer, darker castings with a pleasant earthy smell instead of sour odors. Food scraps disappear more evenly, and the bedding remains loose rather than forming heavy compacted layers. These changes usually happen within days after restoring proper airflow. The worms don't need encouragement. They simply need an environment where oxygen reaches every level. Healthy compost begins with healthy biology. It's easy to think composting is about recycling kitchen waste. In reality, it's about supporting billions of living organisms working together. Worms, bacteria, fungi, and countless microbes all depend on oxygen. When one part of that system fails, the entire process slows. Protecting airflow protects everything else. That's why I spend less time feeding worms and more time creating conditions where they can do their own work efficiently. The next time your compost worms begin climbing toward the top of the tower, don't immediately add more food or water. Stop and ask what they're responding to. In most cases, they're simply searching for something every healthy compost system should already provide: fresh oxygen. If you found this helpful, subscribe to FarmLogic and share this video with another gardener who wants healthier worm bins, richer compost, and living soil that keeps improving year after year. Understanding biology below the surface is one of the smartest investments you can make in your garden.